Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa, also known as Beyond Your Sun Sign, and this is your weekly tarot reading for each zodiac sign for January 3rd to January 10th. Okay, so pretty much every zodiac sign this week has more than one card just because there's so much energy that we have to sift through now that we're vibrating in this 6 vibration, because 2022, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 is 6 energy. So we're leaving behind the chaos of 2021 of that 5 vibration. We're moving into the more nourishing, romantic love, harmony, but also duties and responsibilities. You know, the 6 energy is that responsible person, but they're doing it out of love. And they almost kind of have a lot of self-judgment based on the responsibilities that they have or that they need to take care of. And it never ends because love is infinite. So if you're trying to do your duties as a way of showing how much you love somebody, it'll never end. You'll constantly be trying to show that love and admiration. So that's what we're coming into in 2022. We're keeping our vibe super, super high. Ignore the chaos, ignore the distraction around us. Stay vibing up here. It's all we can do. Focus on the light, focus on the love. I know that, people are like, oh, well, it's false positivity. It feels good. It then puts us on a higher vibration. We attract in other things on that vibration. So don't allow people gaslighting you saying it's false positivity to just be all love and light. It's because they recognize that they're on a lower vibration. There is nothing wrong with vibing high. You can still see the darkness, but decide to shed light on it. Okay, that's just my little spiel. That being said, we are starting off with Aries for January 3rd to January 10th. And you guys, as always, that leader energy, you started off with the 2-card pull, and that is the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So the 10 of Cups is really that happy family, feeling great, feeling loved, feeling that harmony. And what that does is it brings in a new sense of power. So for the Pentacles card, especially for the Ace of Pentacles, a lot of the times it's really easy to just be like, oh, new money being handed to you. Yeah, that is a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, what it is. But in order for you to even be on that frequency of attracting in new money, money is an energy, right? Money is a vibe. So it's about putting yourself in that position to receive that. So that already is a superpower. So because you're so happy at home during this week, you're in a position of receiving, and then you are then rewarded with some sort of something being given to you. So accept it. And then what you do is you make sure that you put that back out there. So if you come into some sort of abundance, making sure that you're then donating or, sharing the wealth, just let the universe see, okay, Aries, I see that the more I give you, the more you're going to share. You can be a good conduit, and the universe wants us all to feel abundant. So the universe will continue to work through you. Don't hoard. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Taurus, and that's kind of the same energy as the Aries, but this is more of a family financial security. There's a new beginning within the family this week, January 3rd to January 10th, that is giving you a sense of security. It's very black and white, like everything is just sort of like lined out perfectly, and it's creating that sense of security. It's like you finally have a roof over your head, metaphorically speaking, right? You just feel sheltered from the rain. So this is a really great week to recognize the financial security, the power that you have within your family, and embracing that, using it to your advantage instead of shying away from it and saying, I don't want to have to ask for help in that aspect. This is what it's going to mean. Screw all of that. Recognize that this is an important power that you have access to, and there's no shame in recognizing that your family's financial support is there to help you feel supported as well. There is absolutely no shame in that. All right, next up we have Gemini this week, and it's the Queen of Swords. So this is an air sign like yourself, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This week, this air sign is kind of like a bull in a china shop. They're very chaotic with their mind. They're very chaotic with their energy. They are like, their opinion on something just keeps kind of flailing back and forth. You thought that they were one-sided in their opinion and steadfast on that, but now that opinion is turning into something a little bit bigger that's getting out of control. Like they're getting too focused on that opinion, and you can see it kind of floundering a little bit because it's like, well, if that's your opinion, what about this? And it's as soon as you bring up something to counter that opinion, they're going nuts. They're freaking out. So it's about recognizing that with that air energy, like yourself, opinions have to change. But what this Queen of Swords is showing you is where you've been really rigid in your opinion and your frame of mind. What is it that's happening in your life this week where you're realizing, wow, I've had that same idea, that same thought, that same opinion about one thing since I was a kid, and it has not served me. So now I'm seeing that through the Queen of Swords, and I'm going to do what I can to actively change the way I think about something, feel about something, because I'm seeing how stubborn and rigid this Queen of Swords is, and I don't like it. So you can only see in others what you have yourself, right? All right, so next up we have Cancer, and it's so weird because as I was shuffling, I had that song playing in my head, the Traitor song by Olivia Rodrigo. I've been obsessed with it for some weird reason. But the verse that I was singing in my head, which pulled me out of your reading, was, God, I wish you would have thought this through before I fell in love with you. And then this is the card that popped out, the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords typically is about heartbreak involving at least three people. But for this week, I think because it's just a small little energy, instead of it being like your yearly forecast or being like part of your general reading, like that's more specific to your energy, because this is general. What it's showing you, Cancer, is that there is somebody that you love that has or is breaking your heart. Whether it's something as simple as them not listening to you, them not meeting your emotional needs, them not respecting you. It doesn't necessarily have to be infidelity because it's a small energy source that we're looking at, but it is something that is heartbreaking, and it requires your attention before it magnifies and turns into something that, we're seeing every week and therefore the rest of the year and who knows, 10 years down the line. So it's all about recognizing that there is some sort of betrayal, but it's more so about a betrayal of the heart, something that you're feeling that's not being appreciated, not being respected, not being honored, that has to be nipped in the bud this week, okay? All right, next up we have Leo energy. And you guys, stars, have 4 cards this week. So we have Ace of Cups, which is a new thought or a new feeling, a new frame of feeling, a new emotion surrounding the 10 of Wands, which is your responsibilities with a soulmate that brings in a new beginning. So a lot of energy that you've put out, been working your ass off, busting your hump, always on the responsibility, being, the Leo energy, like I talk about quite a bit, it has this guardian presence, and it's almost like they feel it's their responsibility. I am obsessed with Leos because one time in college, I had a Leo friend and I overheard a bunch of people talking shit, and my Leo friend, not knowing I was listening in, was sticking up for me. And I remember having like an overwhelming, oh my God, I cannot believe this person is standing up for me, because that's so courageous, to be in a group of people talking shit and being the one to be like, actually, she's actually pretty smart. And I just remember being like, oh my God, and this person I very much admire because of that moment. The Leos have this responsibility to take care, even more than the Taurus energy. They're even more of a guardian. Think about it. The lion is king of the jungle, but they're protecting their family. So you have a new frame of mind, a new sense of feeling, a new emotion surrounding taking care of everybody, especially this one particular soulmate connection, twin flame union that is now going to bring in a new beginning this week. So you are being rewarded, right? So like I was saying with the example with my Leo friend, I ended up rewarding her for years afterwards by being so loyal to her because of that one moment. So that small little act of courage spiraled out into a lifelong, it feels like, friendship. Like, we're still good friends, right? And I love Leos now just because of that. So the Leo energy, it's all about taking care, being the responsible one, and you're going to be rewarded for that this week. So congrats, guys, and please keep me posted on it. All right, next up, we have Virgo energy, and the Virgo is the 6 of Swords with the Strength card. So the 6 of Swords obviously is about thinking about moving on from something and moving on with 2 people, like saying, okay, these are my responsibilities. It's time for me to move forward. There's 2 people in particular that really need you to move forward out of the tumultuous, emotional, rocky energy that you've been working with lately. They want and they require smooth sailing, consistency, stability, and a foundation. And just thinking about moving forward as if it's your responsibility, and it's also that 6 energy that you're moving into in 2022, that's going to really empower you. It's giving you a lot of strength, because as soon as you recognize that you have to move forward and you don't know what the next step is, but you know that you have to, that already is going to activate a strength in you, right? Because when you think about movement, you need energy, you need muscle, you need inspiration, you need action, you need all of these different things in order just to take that first step. And all of that requires some form of strength. So recognizing this week that you're thinking that you have to move forward, and even just that act of thinking is going to empower you and give you a sense of strength that you can then carry forward into the next week, okay? All right, next up we have Libra. Oh, okay, Libra, we got the Tower card and the 5 of Wands. The Tower card, like, it's so funny. Like when I was teaching tarot, I was talking to my class about how in movies and the media, it's always like the Death card comes up and it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen? The Death card is not nearly as terrifying as the Tower card. The Tower card is literally, ground zero, pretty much saying everything that you thought you knew about your foundation is now going to be ripped away from you in a change that is 100% out of your control. And what this Tower card moment is doing is bringing in a lot of conflict. And guess what? Libras don't like conflict. They don't like confrontation. But if you were to learn anything from your Aries counterpart, because everybody has an opposite, like, sister sign, if you're going to learn anything from the Aries energy, is that you have to fight. Conflict is needed. So the thing with the Libra energy is that we need conflict. We're terrified of it, which gives us more reason to conflict and confront the things that are injustices. Libras are the lawyers of the zodiac. That is all confrontation, but it's dignified, right? It's factual and detailed and sought out and planned. I don't know about you, Libras, but for me, before I know I'm gonna have a conflict with somebody, I'll have the whole thing planned out in my head. And this is what I'm gonna say, and that's what I'm gonna say. And it's always when I'm in the shower. And then after the confrontation happens, and I'm like, I didn't do what I needed to do, I'm beating myself up and I should have said this, I should have said that. This is all because it's part of that lawyer energy, that planning, getting the facts, getting the evidence, getting the witnesses, getting it all together to then present the case. So a change is coming this week that is going to bring in some sort of conflict. But if you can see this firsthand, you're getting, I'm telling you to brace for impact. You can see it coming. You can steer the conflict in the direction that you need. Your court case is coming up. Get prepared. You are the lawyer. You have to defend yourself, and you can be prepared. Just make sure that you have all the facts, the evidence, the witnesses, all the information that you need before you go and defend yourself, okay? All right, next up we have Scorpio energy, and Scorpio, it's the Justice card. So the Justice card, as we know, is a high vibrational card because it's that 11 energy, master number 11. Justice card is so beautiful because it's really about the scales of justice. Scorpio energy almost has like a vigilante type energy, and it gets misconstrued. I was just talking to Scorpio about this, and this client is like a quadruple Scorpio. And we were talking about the vengeance is how family and friends are witnessing it, but it actually just is vigilante justice. I've seen the darkness in you. I've seen that you've done some sort of wrong or something that's negative or that isn't based on light. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get revenge, but it's more so about evening the score. So the Scorpio comes in and says, this is where the deception ends. This is where I'm going to see things for what they are. And I'm going to call you on it. I'm going to bring you to justice, and it's going to be fair. It's going to be balanced. And it's going to be based on a higher source. So a lot of times, just talking about the Libra energy that needs all the facts and the evidence, the Scorpio doesn't need it. It's all internalized. It's all what they feel. I just have a bad feeling about you. I know I'm right. I don't need the evidence. I know I'm right because I trust my intuition. That's all you need in order to bring this person or this situation to justice. So this week, January 3rd to January 10th, it's all about vigilante justice. You essentially are the Batman You will have people conflicting and hating you for it, but you got to do what you got to do, right? We're not here to make friends. Well, Scorpios aren't. All right, next up we have Sag, and Sag, I'm so sorry. So Sag is the Four of Cups with the Four of Swords. So 2-4 energies moving into 2022. You guys are like grounded. It's like when you were a kid and you were grounded. If you know any life path fives, the 5 energy and the Sag energy are very linked, right? Because it's all about movement and freedom and adventure and wanderlust and fun. Sag, just like the life path 5, are the lives of the party, right? So the 4 energy is really grounding, you guys. If that was one of your punishments as a child, being grounded, I hope your parents know what they were actually doing to you. Like, that is brutal for a Sag who needs to feel completely unrestricted and so free. So this week, unfortunately, you guys are feeling grounded. You're feeling restricted. You know, there's a lot of stability, and stability is almost like the only word that I can use it, but it's more of like an anchor of stability when it comes to home, when it comes to family. Use this time to just rest, you know, use this, even when you're traveling, you still have to go to the hotel to take that nap. So just consider this week you at the hotel when it comes to the adventure of life, and you're just resting. You're just taking that power nap before you go back out there, okay? But yeah, it's a time for rest and reflection. All right, next up after Sagittarius, we have Capricorn. In Capricorn, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles. So I hope you guys had a good birthday season. There's still a bit of time left for you guys. Well, at least until around the 22nd, right? Yeah, December 22nd to January 22nd. So some time left for the Capricorn energy, but it is bringing in some shifts here. Some shifts with another earth sign like yourself, a Queen of Pentacles, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I feel like this person comes up a lot for you guys, but I also feel like you don't necessarily know who it is. And I just had a Freudian slip and I said new. So that tells me that it's somebody that you used to know. So this is somebody that you knew. It feels maternal. It feels maybe like an aunt or even like your older sister's friend, something like that, where this person was kind of once removed and they always made you feel super lucky. And now this week, a memory will come back up when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles, and it will remind you just how angels have been placed in your life throughout your life, like small little acts of kindness, small little glimpses of the light. This Queen of Pentacles is somebody that you knew that was that small little angel that created a shift, and now you remembering during Venus retrograde in your sign, you remembering this Queen of Pentacles will continue that shift. So all you have to do is line up with their energy that you remember in the past, and lining up with that vibration, lining up with that energy will create that other small shift just this week. So January 3rd to January 10th, be hyper aware of your dreams, of your thoughts, of your feelings, of who your mind is going to, even when I'm talking about this. Research, go on Facebook, Google them, see if they are a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm not necessarily saying to reach out to them. I'm saying to connect with them on an energetic level, so you can remember what it was like when they blessed your life, and then just apply that to your week this week, reminding yourself that angels do exist and they are here to bless you this week, okay? And then you'll remember that you can always tap into that energy. All right, next up we have Aquarius. Aquarius is the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, sorry. So the Two of Swords and the Nine of Swords, both about the frame of mind, right? Swords representing our thought process. So you have to make a decision about a relationship. You're sitting on the fence there. You're trying to turn a blind eye. It's now officially seeped into your subconscious. There's going to be a lack of sleep, a lack of peace, inner conflict, turmoil, worry, lack of comfort, coldness, stress, all that good, juicy shit. And it's because you're refusing to make a decision about a relationship. So you know where to find me. Look how my energy just completely dropped as I'm talking about this. It's too draining. It's way too draining. And it's time to just, what do they say? Shit or get off the pot, right? Next up, we have Pisces. And Pisces, you guys had a lot of cards popping out over top of this. They were all face down. So a lot going on beneath the surface, a lot going on in your subconscious, but it's all just really about your accomplishments. That's really what it comes down to. So it can be kind of frustrating for Pisces energy because you guys are working like triple as hard as other people. So other people who are able to, like Aquarius, who are able to emotionally detach, they have an advantage because it's like this sounds brutal, but it's like a robot going onto an assembly line. That robot can just go do their job and leave. For Pisces, you're feeling every single emotion. You're feeling the vibration of the collective. You're feeling the energy of people who used to stand in that spot. You're feeling spiritual energy, negative energy attachments, people walking by. You're feeling absolutely everything. So you have to work that much harder to clear out the chatter and then do your work and then accomplish things. Whereas other signs are able to just accomplish those things. So in that aspect, you actually have more to be thankful for and more things to appreciate because you had to work that much harder. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the obstacles that are put in the way. At the end of the day, it's all about the accomplishment at the end. So all you have to do is just admire and acknowledge how much harder it was for you, right? It's like starting, it's like when you compare students, right? You have some students who are starting their careers debt-free, and then you have some students who are starting their career hundreds upon thousands of dollars in debt. Are they really in the same position when it comes to their promotions and their accomplishments? No, they're at a deficit. So all of your accomplishments, you are at a deficit, but nobody sees that. Nobody would ever acknowledge that. Why would they? They're just seeing the accomplishments. Oh, you're so lucky, Pisces. And it's like, yo, man, this was not easy. It can't just be, oh, you're so lucky. Hello. Like, this is skill and blood, sweat, tears. This is not luck. This is hard work. So it is time to just recognize that nobody else will recognize all of the extra energy that you had to put into your accomplishments. That's on you to really be like, oh, giving myself a pat on the back because damn, like you guys have worked that much harder. Okay. Okay, so that is your weekly tarot reading for the zodiac signs. And as always, if you would like a personalized reading, so more focused on your energy, you can reach me. I'm on Instagram at Beyond Your Sun Sign, or you can email me beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.